Start our top story conversations this morning in Nigeria, Abuja yesterday. Gunmen suspected to be bandits on yesterday attacked the security convoy of Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari in Katsina State. Presidential spokesperson Garba Shehu, who issued a statement confirming the attack, said 2 people in the convoy sustained major injuries. Shehu said the convoy, which was carrying the advanced team of security guards as well as protocol and media officers, was on its way to Daura, Buhari's hometown, to prepare for his visit when the attack took place.
The presidency has described as sad and unwelcoming development. Also, terrorists have killed the Dusima area commander of the Nigerian Police Force, NPF, ACP Aminu Umar, and one gallant officer of the Zaka Forest of the Safana local government area in Katsina State. The spokesperson for the Katsina State Police Command, Gambo Isa, confirmed the killing in a statement issued on Tuesday.
Now, I didn't mention that we're starting the conversation this morning in Abuja because, interestingly, almost within the same time frame, whilst the president's convoy was being attacked, there was also an attack on Kuje prisons in Abuja, which is like one of the most secure prisons, and interestingly, the prison where Abba Kyari is being detained. Of course, conspiracy theories and speculations have started, but it's interesting to see that they were under attack for over an hour. Bullets were raining, explosives from the reports that a lot of eyewitnesses have shared. And what that brings to mind is how secure is a country that not only can the prison be attacked and prisoners set free, but also the chief commander of the country, his convoy is under attack. It's basically them saying, we do not fear anyone. The person who is supposed to be the head of our security his convoy is under attack. It just, lots of Nigerians are expressing fear, worry, concern at this development, that if this can happen to him, then it can happen to anyone. I mean, it's been happening to every other person.
Well, in response to that, first of all, it's the president's advanced team.
Yes.
Not
the
he wasn't in
convoy,
he wasn't in convoy,
advanced
convoy. So I'll start with talking about that part, where people say if this can happen, then it can happen to anyone. That's a very, very, very old statement. That you should have known that in 2015. You should have known that in 2013. You should have known that when it happened in Benue, in Zamfara, when it happened in Borno State, in Southern Kaduna. It happened. So earlier off screen when we were speaking, I was saying to you that these things don't shock me anymore. I don't look at this and say to myself, oh, it mean who is safe then if this person can be attacked? Because we have known for a long time, we have been told for a long time that it can happen to anybody, and we will just call figures and the country moves on the next day. The only difference is that it hadn't hit major political figures in the country, but Nigerians have always known. This is not shocking news. This is not in any way, stunning that, how dare they? Every other person's life in the country has always been as valuable as the one that happened yesterday, both in Kuje prison and in Katsina. And also, do you realize that in 2022, we are still calling these persons bandits?
I was about to say that. Is that not also a reflection of the fact that we probably have an ostrich in the sand approach? Because it would seem that these people should be referred to as terrorists at this point because the country is being terrorized. So calling them bandits, should that not be like underplaying the extreme damage and the extreme chaos that they are inflicting on our country?
The answer is yes. And it tells us, that we're not serious. We're really not, as a country, we're not serious. There's things that you would have seen in 2012 or in 2013 or even in 2010, and then 3 years later you say, oh, look at the steps that we've taken, look at where better funding has been channeled. This is how, things have been improved with regard to security, because of the things that happened in 2010. 5 years later, this is where we are in 2015. There are things that would happen in 2015 that you say, oh, 5 years time, in 2020, this is where we are, this is how better, steps have been taken, funds have been channeled better. But if you look across, Nigeria's security architecture, you can't really tell a lot of difference between 2010 and 2022. You can't really tell that anything has been done different. You can't see that, funds are being channeled better, that better, infrastructure is being built, that, we're investing more in technology with regards to the fight against insecurity. There's nothing really tangible that you can point to aside the fact that you can say, oh, there's no longer, bombings in marketplaces and the likes, which is, always used as a political argument, to buy sympathy for one party or the other. But if we're being honest, does any Nigerian feel safer today than they did in 2010 or in 2012? No. And that is because we as a country haven't really done anything. We haven't done much with regards to fight against corruption, insecurity. Billions and billions and billions are budgeted every year for our security agencies.
Yes.
We have a plethora of them. They mirror each other. The police force has 19 different departments on one particular thing. We have different types of security agencies.
But the question is, what is being done? I mean, these attacks come a few days after the Shiroro attack, where several military personnel were killed. And, there's so much that if we start to delve deeper into this conversation, we'll probably not be done with it.
Just quickly, just to mention before we go, my turn to say before we go. A young man, I don't know who this person is, young, old, I'm not sure, but he shared something on Twitter a few days ago about, how he was traced. Because someone ratted him out. Apparently, he had put out a post about the Nigerian army, a particular army colonel or so, months ago or weeks ago. And days after he put that out, he was traced. And he says, according to him, that his house was attacked, by people armed with AK-47 rifles looking for him. I don't want to point the fingers in that direction, but that's how easy. What I'm saying is because I want to share how easy it is for the Nigerian government, if they really want to find a person, to find you. So how has it been so difficult to find these bandits, these bandit leaders, these terrorists? How has it been so difficult? I dare anybody, randomly, put out anything damning about the Nigerian government. So break the law just a little bit on social media. They will find you. Give it a week or 2 weeks, you will be found.
So why haven't we yet been able to deal with the issues of security and terrorism?